Jim Hayes, who's standing by with the Cardinals general manager, John Mozeliak. Jimmy.
All right, Dan, thanks a lot. All right, Mo, so handful of games, 7+ games into the season. What are your initial thoughts on your ball club?
You know, I still think it's really hard to tell exactly what we look like. I think the one frustrating thing so far about this season's been sort of a play a game, off a day, play a game, off a day. And the nice thing about today and really this weekend is I think we're going to get into a flow of things and start to see some patterns develop. But, you know, overall, and we talked a lot about this in spring training, we really felt this was a strong club, thought it was a deep lineup, and hopefully that's what's going to come to fruition.
Last night we saw Jason Hayward scoring on a base hit by Holiday, showing the speed. Your thoughts on what Jason has done thus far and what he may do for you guys?
Well, I don't think we've seen Jason at his best yet, and you know, obviously the season's just beginning, but he's a very capable player. Obviously, all of us got to see him when he was at Atlanta, and we know what he can do, and the type of elements he brings to our club are very important. And you touched on one of them is speed, but I also envision that power increasing. And when you look at him just from a defensive anchor standpoint, we expect him to do just that for us in right field.
Small sample size, a slow start offensively for Yadi. Did have 3 hits last night. Do you guys even worry about whether or not Yadi is going to hit, or you just assume it will come around because it always does?
Well, I think naturally, and when you sit in my seat or in the front office, of course we are concerned, and we want to make sure that whatever we can do from that standpoint, we're trying to help him. But obviously last night, getting those 3 hits is probably a little lift for him. And, you know, I also think he's one of those guys that wants to get into that day-to-day routine, and we just haven't been able to do that yet. One
of the questions I think you guys had, fans have about this ball club, will this team be an upgrade offensively over last year? As it's set up now, are you comfortable that it will be?
You know, I am. I felt like what we saw this spring, especially from the right side, from the offensive standpoint, we would get a bump, and you know, hopefully we do see that.
Jaime Garcia, as we understand it, close to throwing to hitters. Can you give us the update on Jaime?
As you stated, he's going to throw a live BP session tomorrow, which is really that sort of next step. So when you start to think about where he's at, it would really be like 2 weeks into spring training, and so our expectations are just to see we're this live, and we'll do another one 5 days later, see how he responds before we decide what that next step looks like. Obviously, we have the ability to have him pitch in extended games if we need to, or we can have him hop the fence and actually start a rehab assignment for the Palm Beach club. So we'll just wait and see how these next couple go, but he has been feeling better, and we're encouraged about that.
Always a pleasure to catch up with you, Mo. We appreciate the time.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, Danny.